Yeah.
Christmas time is here. Spread the news and cheer. Christ was born in Bethlehem to save the souls of men. Stand and raise your voices high. Praise to the King. Lift your hearts up to the sky. Hear the angels sing. Praise to the King. Praise to the King. All around the town, up the streets and down, bells are ringing, choirs singing. What a joyful sound! Stand and raise your voices high. Praise to the King. Lift your hearts up to the sky. Hear the angels sing. Praise to the King. Praise to the King. Praise to the King. Praise to the King.
Our prelude this morning was written and performed by the late Bill Vincent and accompanied by Los Cantantes del Lago. Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas, Happy Solstice. If you are Jewish, tell me Happy Hanukkah. If you're African American, tell me Joyous Kwanzaa. Or if you don't prefer any of those, just tell me Happy Holidays. I will not be offended. I will be happy and thankful that you took the time to say something nice to me. Welcome to the Lake Chapala Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. My name is Kathy Koches, and I'll be your service leader this morning. We will have musical presentations and readings to help us celebrate the season, and our main program will be from the Children's Choir of San Juan Cosala, Musica para Cracer. And so I want to welcome you live from Fellowship Hall and other remote locations. It's our LCUUF Sunday service. Our announcements were on a slideshow before the service, but if you didn't see them, don't worry. Matt will post a link to them tomorrow in his sharing. With mounds of greenery, the brightest ornaments, we bring high summer into our rooms, as if despite the somberness of winter. In time of want, when life is boarding up against the next uncertain spring, we celebrate and give of what we have. All creatures bend to rules, even the stars constrained. There is a blessed madness in the human need to go against the grain of cold and scarcity. We make a holiday, the rituals varied as the hopes of humanity, the reasons as obscure as ancient solar festivals, as clear as joy on one small face. This is the season of earth's rest and renewal. When we kindle flames against the darkness, when we await the promise of the returning light, when we hold in our hearts the possibility of peace, when we celebrate the power of community in our lives, when we count the blessings of friends, family, and the larger family of faith which supports us. Please light your chalice.
Kindle this light and celebration for the life that we share. Minuit chrétien, c'est l'heure solennelle où l'homme Dieu descendit jusqu'à nous. Pour effacer la tâche originelle et de son père arrêter le courroux. Le monde entier tressaille d'espérance en cette nuit qui lui donne un sauveur. Peuple à genoux, attends la délivrance.
Each week, we take time to remind ourselves that we are a family and that we belong to a community that cares for one another. We do this by sharing any significant joys or sorrows in our lives. If you have a joy or sorrow to share today, you can type it into the chat now, and we will read those aloud. First, let us voice our sorrows or concerns, whatever you or the world may be holding that is in need of our healing and caring thoughts. You're welcome to type your sorrows and concerns in the chat box now.
We have a sorrow from Sue Kelly, who asked that we light a candle for her friend Sonia, who died at age 48 in Guadalajara. She was the wife of a very dear friend, Raul.
Now let us recall the joys, whatever you may be celebrating, whatever evokes a feeling of joy or peace for yourself or others. You're welcome to type your joys in the chat box now.
We have a joy from Liz Mulder, who says 3 cheers for the rollout of 2 vaccines this weekend and last. We have a joy from Jim and Joan Bellamy, who say joy for the poems that Matt posts every week. I especially like this week's The Social Life of Water. Joni says she gives joy for her dear nephew, John.
And now we will light our care candle to represent those sorrows that are too raw or too difficult for us to share aloud. So many of us have had losses, partners, children, grandchildren, losses that remain present with us every day. So many of us have burdens, anger, fear, and frustration, all of those things that weigh heavy on our hearts. We light this candle for all those unspoken sorrows.
The reading that I have to read this morning is called You Are the Holiday Miracle by Gwen Matthews. As December opens up before us, we welcome the gift of reflection. We turn toward our holiday celebrations and search for common threads of meaning. We begin with Yule, the winter solstice, and we are invited to explore duality, cycles, and seasons, and to witness the Holly King being overcome by the Oak King. Yule reminds us that we all partake in the miracle of renewal. Hanukkah, the festival of lights, commemorates a time of miracles when the faith of the Jewish people sustained them to reclaim their holy temple and keep the light of the menorah burning for 8 days. Christmas, the celebration of Jesus' humble birth in a manger, offers us to revisit the miracle of birth and the desire to find saviors to heal the scars of humanity. Here in our church, you are just as much a holiday miracle as the turning of the earth, as persistence and dedication to a faith, as the creation of each new life. We see the love you give to others, the space you create to hold one another's joys and sorrows, and the generosity and spirit you entrust to this community. You are the holiday miracle. This community is one of miracle makers.
I don't know who updated this old Christmas favorite, but it's perfect Spanglish for us living here in Mexico. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the casa, not a creature was stirring. Caramba, ¿qué pasa? Los niños were tucked away in su cama, some in long underwear, some in pajama. They hung up their stockings con mucho cuidado in hopes that old Saint Nick would feel obligado to bring all the children, both buenos y malos, a nice batch of dulces y otros regalos. Outside in the yard, there arose such a grito that I jumped to my feet like a frightened cabrito. I ran to the window and I looked out afuera. And who in the world do you think it era? Saint Nick in a sleigh and a big red sombrero came dashing along like a crazy bombero. And pulling his sled, instead of venados, were 8 little burros approaching volados. I watched as they came, and this quaint little hombre was shouting and whistling and calling by nombre. Ay Pancho, ay Pepe, ay Cuco, ay Beto, ay Chato, ay Chopo, Macuco y Nieto. Then, standing erect, with his hands on his pecho, he flew to the top of our very own techo. With his round little belly like a bowl of jalea, he struggled to squeeze down our old chimenea. Then huffing and puffing at last in our sala, with soot smeared all over his red suit de gala, he filled all the stockings with lovely regalos, for none of the niños had been very malos. Then chuckling aloud, seeming very contento, he turned like a flash and was gone like the viento. And I heard him exclaim, and this is verdad, Merry Christmas to all and Feliz Navidad.
Now we want to welcome the children's choir and orchestra, Musica para Cracer, under the direction of Danny Medelis.
Buenas noches, familia mundial. Quiero desearles una muy feliz Navidad, un próspero año nuevo de parte de su servidor Mariano Barba. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Los amo, familia. Que el amor reine en su hogar y la bendición les traiga por siempre amor y prosperidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad.
I wanna wish you a
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad!
Pescadores de flores con auras de color cabalgan por el cielo, sembradores de amor,
defensores del fuego, creados para amar.
I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did, and I hope we can be with them again in person next year. This is the time in our service when we ask that you remember that we share our gifts here through pledging and donations. We are not meeting in person now, but our connections to each other and our contributions to the community continue. Instructions for payments to the fellowship are on a slide during the announcements every week. And while you are considering your gifts to the fellowship, please remember that each month LCUUF donates 5,000 pesos or more to an organization providing food aid in our lakeside community. For the month of December, the recipient is Poco a Poco, and the board has just informed me that half of our Share the Basket this week will go to Musica para Cracer. So please donate generously. When you pay your pledge, please add something for Share the Basket. You can donate in the same way that you pay your pledge, but please donate Share the Basket separately or indicate what part of your donation is for Share the Basket. Your offerings are gratefully received.
Chestnuts roasting on an empty fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if raindrops really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
Our closing words today are by Howard Thurman. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home, and when the shepherds are back with their flock, the work of Christmas really begins. To find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild nations, to bring peace among brothers, and to make music in the heart. Today in this community, we have shared stories, carols, and opened our hearts to the beauty of music. Today we have turned to one another, lighting each other's candles in the darkness. Today we have dared to hear a message of hope, spoken once again against the challenge of the world. It is now time to depart, to go forward to our lives into the world. May joy be your companion, whether you are with others or alone. May love be your strength, and may the gift of community dwell in your heart, for here, in this place, you will always be welcome, whether you choose, whenever you choose, whenever you need us. Let us extinguish our chalices with these words which we read together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we keep in our hearts and share with all the world. Thank you.